wanna sound like that.
Yeah.
And be like that, man, and whatever. Like, how else am I supposed to sound?
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
You
Hey?
know? Sometimes we didn't know what we're gonna eat, my bro, to be honest. Put my cap down on the floor, bro, and I started rapping for people. And then they put money in
Love
the
that.
cap, you know?
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to yet another episode of the Catch Up Podcast, baby. I'm super excited to be here today. And as always, I'm your host, Blake the Champ, joined by
Jared Smith.
aka Jay Smooth. Good to have you guys here with us today. Thanks for joining into the show again. A big shout out to our sponsors, Crocs. We love you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you for powering these amazing episodes and allowing everybody to share their golden nuggets on the show. And then also a massive shout out to Rode. As you can see, we are fully kitted with the best equipment in the game. Talking about the game, we have the biggest up and coming rapper out of Cape Town,
Yes.
South Africa, representing today on the show. You'll probably already know who I'm talking about. This guy is taking over, built himself up from the ground, and now an inspiration to many.
Yeah.
Also, here's it, I'm gonna leak it now. Now you'll know exactly who I'm talking about. Lately, he has taken over the food game with the best reviews from the Kaap. Today
Yeah,
we
yeah.
got the young OG in the
Yeah,
building.
yeah. Oh, yes, man.
Bro, you know when they say, give someone their flowers, I
Oh, yeah.
give you all the flowers, bro. All the flowers, because we literally got to see your journey. We got to see it from the beginning. I don't want to spoil too much, but when I say the beginning, guys, I'm talking about us going to schools and literally you coming up to us and being like, I want to be on that stage. I want to show my talent from that time. And it wasn't that you had to come and nominate yourself. What I noticed was all the other kids were saying, get young OG, get young OG, come. So, bro, good to have you here. How are you?
Salute, my brother. Yo, it's amazing to be here, to be honest. First and foremost, let me give you guys your flowers as well.
Thank
We
you.
all deserve it. I feel great to be here, bro. It's an honor. Seriously, it's a big honor. I'm doing good. Life is good. Family's good. Yeah, bro.
Happy,
Excited.
bro. Happy. I'm happy to see you winning, and I'm glad to hear that you're doing well, bro. I know that with this journey, you know, we were talking about this a bit off show. There's great sacrifice that comes with success, you know, and through it all, you miss a lot. You miss a lot about family, occasions, birthdays, things
Yeah.
like that. And I know that you're big on family. You're big on the small, finer things in life. So I'm glad to hear that you're well and you're keeping the balance between the two. But let's kick it off. First things first. Where did it start? We only got to meet you on the journey because I know at high school you would have had to build a name for yourself for those kids to be voting for you like
Yeah.
that. Where did it start for you? At what point did you say to yourself, I want to be a rapper. This is the career I want to pursue. This is my dream.
So, you know, I always had a nick for entertainment, right? Since primary school, I was singing on the stage. Now, that time before your voice break, you know, you have that voice, man. You can hit those notes, bruh. The girls are going
Young
crazy.
Justin Bieber.
Yes, sir. That song specifically. The girls are going crazy, my bro. And then it just got to a point where my voice broke. But I still had this urge. Yeah, I want to perform, my bro. I want to perform. Then my auntie, Auntie Fatima, she used to listen to NWA and Ice Cube and things like that, man. Then she always used to send me and she's like, listen here. And I'm like, wow, this is actually dope. And then I listened to some notorious B.I.G. songs because my friends were B.I.G. Fanatics. And then with that, included into the NWA that my auntie gave me. And then I just saw this guy pop up onto the scene, youngster CPT. I have to give him his flowers as well. And I'm like, look, I've been listening to Biggie them and NWA. I never thought that I could do it here in Cape Town. But look at this, bruh. So now I'm going to start practicing my craft. Let's see what I can do.
Yeah.
You know? And then since then, I think it was in grade 10. That is when I started. I don't like to say this, but I was quite smart. You know, I was very smart. So I would finish my exams like 30 minutes before everybody else. Then in that 30 minutes, I turned the question paper around and I started writing lyrics, my bro.
Sure.
And then since then, the rest is history, my bro. That's where it started.
I love that story, bro. I also feel like you should say that you were smart. You know, you shouldn't actually hide that
Yeah.
because at the end of the day, you made the decision to go from work to more work.
Yeah.
And I think that is where passion leads us. If you're tapping into your craft, if you make the decision to believe in yourself, you're capable of a lot more than you think you can.
Yes, sir.
Because let's say, for example, you maybe didn't have that passion or you weren't looking at doing anything. You probably would have taken your time with that exam. Maybe put your head on the desk afterwards.
For
you know,
sure.
cups up there, liquor, boom, sleep it off.
Yeah.
But you were pushing yourself to get the exam done, to make sure you deliver there, and then you save yourself that extra time to pour into your craft.
Ah, oui.
And I think that's beautiful, bro. It's the magic of the balance between the two. A lot of the kids also ask us, I'm sure you get asked this question a lot, and I know Jared does as well. They ask us, what should I do? This is my passion, this is what I want to do, and this is what my parents think that I should do. And my answer is simple. I just say to them, do both.
Ah, oui.
Why do you have to choose? Why? There's no answer. The answer lies within the journey.
Yeah.
You have to go see for yourself. Prove to yourself first that you can do what they're asking you to do. Prove to them that you can do what they're asking you to do. And at the same time, prove to them through your journey with your passion and your talent and your skill that this is clear the decision. They must look at you and go, you can see him or her is trying, definitely. But they're born for this, man. This is their calling in life, you know? So yeah, bro, after that, now you go grade 10. You start writing. Right? The music's coming. Let's be honest, it's not easy to be a rapper coming out of Cape Town, South Africa.
Yeah, bro.
Especially because, props to Youngster as well, a
Yes, yeah.
homeboy, a brother of mine. At that time, he was the first person to do it on that scale. And before that, no one believed that Afrikaans rap could, or what do they call it, mingles,
Yeah.
the slang and everything. No one believed that could actually be a genre of music, or you could get recognized or even booked for that. Now you're starting your career. Youngster's doing his thing. It's time for you to build your name. You're leaving high school, coming into the real world now, and you want to pursue this career. What's next? What happens then? What do you do?
Yeah, my bro. Actually, like you said now, Youngster was the only voice that people was recognizing at that time. So when I got into the scene, it was only him that you actually knew that was doing the colored rap
Yeah.
thing. So when I started and I'm like rapping and whatever, I always used to get what do you say? The people was like pushing me back, man. Nah, you just want to sound like that,
Yeah.
and be like that, man, and whatever. But I always tell the people how else am I supposed to sound?
Yeah, true,
You
hey?
know, that's how I speak.
Sure.
Yeah.
Like maybe our stories would be different.
Yeah.
Because he's from Wynberg, I'm from Mitchells Plain.
Yeah.
But our culture and the way we speak is the exact same. And that's why I sounded like that, you know? But then what happened was it got to grade 12. I just finished school. I got accepted in university at UWC. I got this crazy degree, bruh. But before I got the degree, my wife currently now, she fell pregnant.
Yeah.
And at that moment, I had to make the decision. I'm not encouraging anybody to drop out of university, but in my life journey, I had to make that decision, you know. And I decided, look, this is what I did. I'm not gonna put the burden of having to buy Kimbies and nappy and wipes, whatever, on my parents,
Yeah.
you know. And I dropped out of university that first year. And the funny thing is that I still, not regret, but I think about all the time is the week after I dropped out, I got the Funza Lushaka bursary. It's one of the top bursaries in South Africa, my bro. But I already was out and it's fine. It's in the past, you know? And then I had to start working. I worked at different call centers just to make sure there's a cot, there's a pram and stuff for my baby that's on the way.
Yeah.
But during that journey, I never stopped writing the lyrics, like you
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
You know, after work, then I used to go to the Woolworths or to the Pick and Pay, and I put my cap down on the floor, bro, and I started rapping for people. And then they put money
Love
in the
that.
cap, you know. I go to Userix podcast. I mean, his radio.
Yeah. Bush Radio, yeah.
The Bush Radio, and I go there and there's the yellow rappers, bruh. And I'm the youngest at the time, and I'm rapping, then I stop rapping, and usually goes, who's next? And the people say, nah, it's fine, that's where I go. Then I continue. So it was just a hustle that never stopped. Until today, my bro, I always keep that balance and also keep that family there because I feel like my family is the ones that keeps me so grounded.
Yeah.
You know?
Definitely.
Like I don't want to be in a line of danger anymore and in a line of making silly mistakes just because of who you are.
True,
So
eh?
you want to keep you that guy.
That's vital.
So my wife and my son and my parents, they just keep me always grounded, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a tough journey, my bro. I remember watching you guys in the Yasses video and I just, in everything else, and I'm like, yo, one day, one day, I'm going to get there. And that's also the motivation that you need, man.
Yeah.
You need some good mentors and role models that you can look up to where you can see, okay, if they can do it, then I can also do it.
But you know what the most amazing thing is this? Is that when you watch people that you aspire to be, there's two things that can happen. Either you can get jealous and be like, I wish I had that. Or you can allow those people to inspire you and motivate you. And you chose the better option.
Yes, sir.
Because I know in my journey of life, there have been times when I was younger and immature where I wanted what other people had, and I chose to be jealous about it rather than be inspired by it. And I think that's a great mentality, you know. And one thing I wanted to ask you was, from your journey till now, what has been the greatest sacrifice that you've had to go through to get to where you are? What are some of the things that you've had to let go of and miss out on to get you to the situation and the success that you're having now in your life?
So, like I said, the first one was obviously now dropping out of university because there was not enough time for me to chase my passion. And my passion is my dream. And my dream is something that I want to achieve, you know, because of looking at the role models in my life. So that is one of the things. Another thing is time away from family. Like I'd be gone for a couple of days in different cities of Cape Town. And it's not like you miss your wife now this night. I can't just drive home, 20-minute drive.
Yeah.
I must wait for the plane ticket for tomorrow.
Yeah.
So that is one of the main things. And those are the things that drives you, man. You're like, okay, cool, let me just do this thing. Let me do it right. I am here now. Let's go for it, you know? And then also another thing would probably have to be getting a lot of hatred. Not hatred, but like I told you, I was hated on a lot because I was literally one of the first rappers that came onto the scene, you know, that was opening it up for people. So I had to get a lot of hatred. And with that hatred, I had to learn how to deal with it, you know? And that makes you a better person. Up until today, if I see that hatred comment, like salute, another comment, it's pushing my algorithm, I look at it in a different way. Not like this is the person saying this to me. Nah, there's another comment coming on my video, which means more people is gonna see it and things like that. But look, there's not much that I had to sacrifice besides time, besides a big opportunity that I've had. I see life as a journey, and whatever happens was supposed to happen like that, man.
Yeah.
But I think, you know what? I think people want success, but they're not willing to sacrifice. They sit on their couch, they're like, I want this, but they're not willing to put in the work. The way we spend our time will determine who we become.
Yeah.
And you chose from an early age to use your time wisely. A lot of people, like Blake said earlier, a lot of people will sit there, finish the exam and sleep, daydream.
Yeah.
But you took every opportunity to work towards your dreams and your goals. And for people watching, if you want to become something in life, those goals and those dreams that you have to use your time wisely on a daily basis, or that success that you wish and dream for will not become possible. And it's got to be the sacrifice.
Yeah.
You have to feel the pain of sacrifice in order to succeed.
I also think that based on like decision making, you think very wisely.
Yeah.
The way that you are willing to sacrifice for your family, it was a no-brainer
Mature,
to you.
yeah.
I think that we have to commend you on that because some people don't choose that way.
Yeah.
Some kids grow up without fathers because they chose to rather pursue their own dream and go on with their lives and do what they wanted to do in the moment. That's just the reality for a lot of people. And the fact that you at a young age, you were busy studying, still building your future, but you were saying, look, nothing else matters. I need to be responsible as a father here. I'm accountable. This was a decision that I made, and I want to grow my family and sort them out first. My dreams will come after, but I'm still going to make it happen. And you found the balance, and now look, years later, you've built everything that you wanted to build, bro.
Yes,
And
sir.
the haters thing also, I just want to touch on that slightly, you know, because unfortunately nowadays, if you want to be famous, you must take the whole package.
Yeah,
You can't be
true.
famous and liked by everybody. That's just the reality of it, because everybody wants to be famous, but no one want to accept the work that goes into it and the sacrifices that must be made. And the reason why people hate in the beginning is because they're threatened by your success, because they themselves are sitting on dreams and talents
Yeah.
that they have of their own, but they're too bang. I'm going to say it
yeah.
like that. They're just
Straight,
too
bro.
scared. So for them, it feels better in that moment to rather put you down. But actually, they speak into themselves. They speak into them inner selves to say, you know what, I should actually give myself a chance to try, man. And they just don't have the bravery to do it. So by you pushing yourself and following your dream, you're waking up so many people, bro. Because when they were hating on you in the beginning, now you moved yourself into the undeniable category.
Yes,
That's
yeah.
what I like to call it. When you become so big that their voices pop.
Yeah.
They go and they realize,
Yes,
oh,
sir.
no
That's
matter,
it.
no matter what I say anymore about this, but
Put the horns on there, bro. Put the horns on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The undeniable category for sure, my bro.
Bro, and then, okay, so now we go. You've sacrificed everything now. built
I've
your
got a
family.
question. Sorry, man. I've got a question.
Yes,
Sorry.
Yes, go.
I wanted to know, what was it like growing up in your home? Did you grow up with your mom and dad? Do you have brothers and sisters? What was that like?
Look, a lot of people don't know this, but like I have about 13 brothers and sisters,
Sure.
right?
Big family.
Yeah, very big family. So my dad, he was he was big in the law enforcement, and my mother was a librarian. But we never really got to see, if I should say, the like my dad's financial success in a way, which wasn't big, you know. But because he had 13 kids to see to, you don't
Wow,
really,
13.
you don't really get to see most of the things.
Yeah.
So we grew up quite average, you know. But I think that is also what made me a go-getter, man, because I always knew, look, I can't depend on anybody from the get-go. You know, I used to walk around in G-string sloffies, my bro. Let me tell you something. G-string sloffies, till the end of the sloffies by my heart was flat, bruh. And only once it's flat, we can go buy a new pair of G-string sloffies. Isn't it? So it's those things in life that makes you want to work hard and say, look, I need to do this for myself so that I can maybe see to my parents now, man, and see to my siblings and my wife and stuff. So yeah, that is how it was, bro. Growing up, sometimes we didn't know what we're gonna eat, my bro. To be honest, and that is also how my parents, my mother, Khadija Saido, she and the twin sister Fatima Saido, they are well known chefs in Cape Town in South Africa. But that is how they learned these recipes, because we must make do with what we have. You know, like tonight's say meat curry, right, with the bones. The bones is done. They're gonna take that bones and they're gonna make soup tomorrow.
Sure.
That is how we grew up. And a lot of people don't know this because I never speak about it. No, I never speak about the past. I just have it in my mind. This is what I want to break out of, these chains, these shackles, you know. So that is how it was growing up, Brian. That is probably why I'm so goal driven.
Yeah.
Because I didn't grow up with what I have now.
Yeah.
You know?
Yo, I love that, bro. Is like our character is built from the greatest challenges that we have to go through. And you never complained. You're not using it as an excuse for anything. You're not pointing a finger. You're just saying, this is my parents, my family, literally giving the best that they can give me.
Yes, sir.
I know I want better for my family, and I want to pour back to them and to my own family and so on. So I need to make the decisions now. How am I going to do that? What's my plan to change it? And I think that that's such a beautiful thing, bro, honestly. And the how the passion for making food and what your mother and your auntie did with the brands to blow it up like that on YouTube
Sure,
and the
bro.
cookbooks and how famous it was, coming from a place of struggle. Look
Yeah.
at the success that they made from that.
Yes, sir.
So many other people got to eat that lekker kos. And that was all coming from a place of struggle, bro.
Exactly, bro.
And that's where your passion for food started, of
That's
course.
where it started, my brother. Seriously.
And now you're changing the game, my bro. You're changing the whole rap game.
I'm changing the game, bro. We're making food reviews and chasing the crow, and you snooze, you lose.
Yeah.
Sensei.
Bro, you're plugging them in.
Ah,
That's the main
I'm
line.
plugging
Everybody
them.
knows who's that rapper that's plugging them in to sell the food. How did that start? Obviously, the passion for the food is coming now from your family, right?
Yeah.
You obviously look up to your mom and your auntie. And then when did you decide? When did you go, I want to go review this place? How did that start?
So it definitely comes from my auntie. Well, not from my mother, from my auntie, right? So just to give you a background of her, she used to sleep at us.
Yeah.
Before the fame, before the cookbooks, she was also living at different houses in a room, like in a room of other families, bro.
Yeah.
That's how we used to visit her. That's how Auntie Fatima lived. Since like in 1 year, she probably lived in 5 different places. So when she used to come sleep at us, because obviously now we had a house, a stable house, she comes to us, and in the mornings, bro, I just wake up. I used to wake up early because I sweep and I clean before my mommy wakes up. Then I come and she's slamming in the kitchen, and there's our windows here in the kitchen. And she talks to the window, bruh. And that time you think, what's going on here? Okay, let me just get the broom and continue. But she was manifesting a life. That window was the camera that she's going to speak into when she makes a new show.
Yeah.
You know? And that's what she did all the time, bruh. And now, fast forward, couple of years later, she already got the success and things. And she always supported me in the rap game, right? And she told me, look, Amir, this was at that time. Right now, the rap game is changing. It's evolving to a very, very strong standpoint. But that time, she told me, Amir, look, this rap game is like, I know you love it and whatever, but you need to do something extra, man, as well, that you can feed your family. Because all I see you is just going out doing the shows for free that time, you know. And she always used to tell me, do something with the food, make YouTube videos, see your Facebook, like Facebook even pays you, just try something. I always used to say, nah, I'm an Fatima, I can't. What is the people gonna think of me? I'm a rapper. I can't do that, you know?
yeah.
And it's always 90 Fatima. I can't, Auntie Fatima, I can't, I can't. And then on the day that she passed away, right? She passed away, and I look at her there at the hospital. She's just laying there peacefully, man, bro, very peacefully. And I tell her, Fatima, I'm gonna make you proud. Don't worry. I'm talking to her body there, and I'm like, I'm gonna make you proud. Don't worry. You're gonna see now what I do. And we did the funeral, whatever. And the next week, I did my first food review. You know,
Sure.
and then that food review came out, and it just blew up, right? And I'm like, oh my word, I can actually do something with this.
Yeah.
You know. And then I just continued making food reviews. And with that food review, like as artists, you don't always release a song every week or every month, right? So with the food reviews, I could do it every second day, and my face and my brand would still be on social media each and every time, you know? It's not just when I'm gonna release a song, then I'm popping.
Smart.
So I saw, okay, this is actually benefiting me in lots of ways, my bro. Since then, and then I just released it, and now it's so big, but I think like I won't say the best, but I'm one of the biggest food reviewers in South Africa, bro. The videos are like 1.5 million views. So just people watching me eat because I enjoy
Wow,
food. I enjoy food. So
What's
when
your favorite food?
my favorite, bro, I don't have a favorite food. I will eat anything for you now, and I'll make some so liquor.
Do you eat everything? Is there something you don't eat? Brussels sprouts.
No, I eat everything. Just one thing I don't eat, I always say is pens and poetries. Because
Denzel's favorite.
I saw I would look like before, man. I hadn't to see that, and I was like, nah, okay, I'm not gonna eat pens and poetries anymore. But I eat everything else.
For
man, bro.
those international viewers, what is pins and poetries?
Pens and poetries is stomach and feet. Stomach and stomach and feet, man. No? Yeah.
Of what? Cows, chickens?
Cows, no? Cows and lambs and stuff. Yeah. Pens and poetries.
So intestines and feet of animals. That's what he's talking
Yes,
about in
sir.
Afrikaans.
Yes, sir.
And then just also for the international audience today, South Africa has the best variety of food.
Definitely.
That's probably why you don't have a favorite. I also struggle to choose a favorite because whenever you smack for something liquor, you can go wherever you want
Yes,
to go.
sir.
And if you look at the pricing, I've traveled to a couple of countries around the world. We have cheap food, bro. The amount that we pay for
And
food
quality.
here and for quality compared
Yes.
to overseas, worlds apart. We don't even know how lucky we are. The nice thing about what you're doing for me, and I think that this hits home for all of us coming from the community, we work our whole lives to get out of the ghetto, to get out of the hood and build something of ourselves. But there's still people trying to do that. And what you're doing with this food review, you going to the small businesses. You're not going to all the big businesses that have marketing budgets and all of that. You're going to the small businesses and you're going to help you're waking the world up, waking Cape Town up to where they can go and taste this food and so on. So I just want to give you props for that, bro.
Thanks,
Because
my brother.
it's been a tough time, especially after COVID for a lot of small business owners. And people got dreams, people got gifts. We were
Yes.
talking about this also a little bit off the show. So many people are talented here in different parts of the industry.
Yeah.
And people shine when it comes to food. They're creative. You know, one brother making a fit cook burger or whatever it may be.
Yes.
It doesn't stop. But you going around and you saying, look here, I'm going to plug the mensa. I'm going to put you guys on as well and let the world see what you got going on. So big ups to you for that, bro. Much
Thanks, my
respect.
brother, man. Thanks.
For sure. I want to ask you this. Where you are in your career right now, you are one of the top select in Cape Town. You're busy. You're on the go. I mean, we just spoke to you. You got back-to-back bookings, weekend to weekend. You are of the chosen few now. At the moment, you have a big festival coming up, the Mitchell's Plain Festival. I can bring it up,
Yes,
right?
sir. Yes.
It's probably going to happen before the episode launches. But in terms of your journey, the way we remember you wanting to be on a stage, you told us, you can tell the story, but how did your journey start at that festival? And then let the people know where you at now with that festival.
Yo, bruh, the DSTV Festival is one of the biggest festivals in Cape Town, right? And it happens in Mitchell's Plain, where I'm from. So as a young kid, a young lad, I used to go there with my nephew, but we were the same age. Like I said, my daddy has 13 kids, ranges from different ages. So I go with my nephew and we dancing and stuff, and I look at the stage, my bro, and it's so full, and I'm like, yo, that you only see on movies, my bro, in different countries. But what go on a dance, whatever. This is from like maybe 9 years old. Then every single year I go with a different cousin or a different friend, and it was like a vibe, man, like a party, you know. And then when I got to the age of 15, 16, that's the times, and I'm looking here and I'm like, whoa, this is actually so dope. And then there was one year when Youngster came to perform there, and the crowd was just going crazy. And that is who called the year that I decided, yeah, I want to do this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, my bro, that's happening in my area, in my hometown, my backyard actually. I want to try and get here one day, man. And then I think it was 2018, they had these auditions, right? You come to the amphitheater in Waterfront, you need to audition in front of a couple of judges, they choose 10 artists. So out of probably like 200 auditions, I was chosen. And then I was like so excited, oh my word, it's gonna happen now. But what I didn't know is, because I always used to be at the main stage, there is a small tiny stage there at the back. And then they put me there that night and I performed on there. It was like nobody in front, just the people I came with. But I performed, bruh. And it was such a great deal for me. And then I continued to push. I continued to push my music, my videos and stuff. And then they told me, yo, you wanna come audition again? But this time it's for the main stage. And I'm like, yes, bruh, for sure. I come audition. I come there again. They put me on the Saturday morning. It's like not a big day. It's like Saturday morning. Nobody's there. I perform, bruh. Then the following year, myself and Ricky Van die Frontline, that we were asked to do it because it was COVID. So they had to do it in the middle of the year because COVID finished, right? And then we said, yeah, cool, we come. And then it was again on a Saturday in the afternoon. And then now this year, I got a call from the DSTV Festival organizers. Like, hi, young GCPT, you've been doing so good this past year and whatever. We would really like for you to be on the main stage, on the main evening, on the Friday night. Please tell us your details. And at that moment, bruh, I found Rudy from my manager. Rudy, we did it, bruh. After so many years, we did it. We just had to push, bro. My bro. And I was just so happy, bruh. And like, I tell you, I went to my auntie now the other day. Now I just walk in the house and they watching the TV. And yeah, I'm talking and yeah, they just said on the TV, the ad was like, Cape Town DSTV Festival with artist Young OG CPT. And I'm like, oh, so my bro, did you guys hear that? I was about, did you hear that? And like, nah, gevaarlijk. So yeah, but we made it to the festival this year. We headlining the show Friday, 29th of November. We're gonna kill that shit, bro. That's all I can say. So it's been a journey, my bro, to get to this specific point. But it wasn't just the amphitheater, the small stage, the thing is. Throughout the year and each year after that, we had to continue pushing, bruh. We had to make a name for ourselves so that they can contact us and tell us, we want you now here on the stage finally, you know?
But the amazing thing is, something I can relate to in my journey from doing the motivational talks, is that regardless of the amount of people that was in front of me, can be 5 people, 500 people, I gave the same energy.
Yes, sir.
And that's what I'm hearing from you. Regardless of who was standing in front of you, you still gave 110%. And that is why you are where you are. And that's what we got to realize, that when we get these different opportunities, we still got to give the opportunity everything we have, because we know opportunity creates opportunity.
Yes,
but
sir.
only if we give that opportunity all we have.
I also used to think back in the day, I heard this saying once and it stuck with me. You never know who's in the crowd. You never know
that's
who's
true,
in the
Yes,
crowd.
sir.
And that is true. Of course, there could be somebody there that can recognize you and give you another opportunity. But then as I started getting into the rhythm of always giving my best, I realized I actually want to give my best to test myself. I want to see if I can better my last performance. Because if I'm constantly elevating, I'm going to be the number 1 pick no matter what. If you're the best, you get chosen first. That's just how it works.
Yeah.
So whether that special person is standing in the room or there's a room full of people that will leave there and talk about me afterwards, it's all marketing. It's all going to push the brand. So 100%, bro, I want to ask you about the creative process. I want to take it to how you put your music together. You said you write music and so on, but bro, not everybody can be a rapper. Not everybody's lyrically blessed. Not everybody can put it together like you put it together. Like, I realized also your music now, what you're doing is you're making liquor songs that people can sing along to and people can vibe to and dance to. And sometimes people get too lost in the lyrics of rap or the underground scene, and you don't speak to the people anymore, man. You're not the people's champ. Now you've become the people's champ. You got the food reviews, you got the liquor music to go with it. What is your creative process? What do you put into your music that you would never leave out?
So when I started out, it was just for me to show the world I can rap, man. So that time it was just hard bars, like you say, Blake, the underground. And I'm just writing, like, I just write crazy stuff and then don't even have a beat. Then I play a couple of beats and I rap and I was okay, it goes nice on this beat. So that time I was just writing anything but to show I have a pen game and I have this nick for rapping, you know? And then as the years went by, we become more of a brand. We don't just want to do the underground gigs and stuff. We need to do corporate gigs. We need to do family events, radio events. You know, so
Nice.
so you learn along the way. Okay, this song that I did is definitely not gonna make the cut for this event. You know,
Yeah.
even for the DSTV festival, if I didn't have any of these commercial things, the commercial songs, I wouldn't have been able to perform anything
Yeah.
because you can't use any profanity, you can't use any swear words. So when I make music, I make one for the streets, right? And then I make three for radio and for the performances. And what I like to put in my songs these days, like you say, is stuff that people like to hear, man. Because I noticed the past 2 years, people loved the gom music that came out.
Yeah.
Temple Boys, Team Kenny, Mr. Tap Out Them. And what they say in the songs is not lyrically inclined, but it makes you feel like a man.
Yeah.
If you're gonna say something that people can relate to, they're gonna dance to it. They're gonna sing it all the time. So I started, okay, let me incorporate that into the hip hop scene as well. And then I started rapping about influences that people know. I started rapping about food that you like. I just started rapping about stuff that people in the communities and stuff they would go post
Smart.
for. So even if they didn't know my song, no, if I'm gonna perform it and a year I say I went to Wajits or I had the dungas, they will say, I
Yeah.
know that word. I
Yeah.
know that word.
Relatable.
So that is how I write it. And sorry, and the choruses, I always make the chorus something that people can connect with when I'm performing. Like if I say Kaapstad, you say Kaapstad. If I say Kaigi, you say Wit gedrop. So I always try, okay, when I write my choruses, I want the crowd to connect with me, man. And then I think of the crowd when I write that. So that is my writing process. It's mainly for the listener, for them to connect and for them to feel like they're the one saying it.
Yeah.
So if you listen to my song, it's almost like you can also rap it. You feel it because I'm rapping about what's happening here in the communities and stuff, you know? So that is the process, bro. That's how
love
it goes.
And when it comes to the beats, because I know that's a big one for any artist, but
yeah.
it's also difficult. It's tough to get the right beat and so on.
Mm-hmm.
How do you choose your beats? Do you ever create your own beats? Is there a certain producer that you team up with, that you work with? Do you like to work with different producers? Or who's been your favorite so far? Give us a little bit background about the beats behind the songs.
Okay, so the beats that I back in the day, you just downloaded YouTube beats, but then when you get bigger, you realize that you can't get monetized, and you know you'll just look more professional if you have your own beats.
Yeah.
And that is how you make the bangers, you know. So I started working with Shan CPT. He's a brother of mine. So I would tell him, look here, Shan, I'm feeling this vibe today, man. Can you get me a drill track? Something hard, whatever. Shan will say, okay, cool. Then I say, Shan, look here, I'm feeling like a hip hop boom bap. Can you do something like that for me? So I've never really had the time to actually sit in the studio and have a creation session where we're like, okay, make this, make that. I always just tell them, this is my idea. Can you send something through to me like this? And they would send and we'll do trial and error. I say, okay, take that out. Maybe put something like this in for me. And they'll do it and they send it to me and I'm like, this is perfect. Now I have my idea and I'm going to write on it. You know? So Shan CPT, he is one of my main producers. I record by him and he makes most of my beats. And then I've also been working with Baker Got the Keys. He's also very good. That guy is on another level, my bro. Baker Got the Keys, and then a couple of other guys from Paul and things like that. That just sends me beats, and if it catches my attention, I'm gonna start writing on it. You know. But mainly it's just me and Shan. We just together. He's part of Only Dope Records now, another record company that opened up in Cape Town, which is so amazing because we're just seeing the progress of music in Cape Town. So yeah, just Shan CPT, Shan, I'm looking for this beat, my bro. Can you make me something? Send it through to me. That's nice. Take this out and put that in. Da. Perfect. Let me start writing on this. So that's how it goes, you know?
Dope, bro. And then for a producer that you would like to still work with, anyone you have in mind, it can be local or international, doesn't matter who, anyone that you have your mindset on, a producer that you would like to work with. If you can't think of a producer, maybe an artist that you're looking forward to collabing with next.
Look, so I'm gonna tell you now, no? For the past 2 years, I've always wanted to work with Baker Got the Keys.
Yeah.
Right? But like you say, if you push and you push and you push, it's gonna get to that point. And I finally worked with him, and it probably made my best song ever. It's not even yet out, bruh. It's not even yet out. This is my best song and my best verse ever. I worked with Baker Got the Keys. So I got that dream that I had to work with a nice local DJ producer, right?
Yeah.
The beats that Dr. Dre made his stuff, and you can see I'm choosing old school.
Yeah.
That's why I'm young, OG. I'm in the old school. So the two of them, and then for the new gents, it's probably have to be Mustard on the beat, and then maybe Metro Booming. That's people that I would love to work with him in the future.
Yeah.
You know, and you still want to know what artists I would love to.
Artists there that you're looking forward to collabing with?
In Cape Town, I'd like to work with. I'd like to. There's many that I'd like to work with. Probably Cash CPT. That's someone I think is very dope. He will bring out a whole different style of me. You know. Probably Youngster CPT. That's something that many people would love to see.
Definitely.
You know,
Yeah.
even me, I'd love to see. I always wanted to see it, but as you grow in the game, you realize that look, if things didn't happen yet, it wasn't supposed to happen. But if it must happen and our paths collide, it's gonna happen. So
Right.
that's something that I feel like people would really love to see.
Yeah.
You know, and then I'd also like to work with Ziggy in the future because I feel like that man is we will bring nice. I'll bring my Mitchell's plane and he'll bring his Menenberg and we'll make something together.
Nice.
You know?
Yeah.
So those are local artists that I'd like to work with. And then in America, in internationally, the people that I listen to the most is Lil Baby. I love Lil Baby, man. The way that man just rides the
Yeah.
beat. Lil Baby, I have to give it to Drake. Drake is one of my guys. I always listen to his music. And then if I could bring anybody back from the dead, I'd like to make a song with Notorious B.I.G. man, bro. Yo, that'll be the cherry on. Maybe one day when we all meet up in heaven, we'll chill there, Sinjay, and we'll make a song together, me and Biggie.
I like
so,
that.
those are the.
So Biggie, like undeniably your greatest icon of all time, you would say.
Bro, I love that man. And the funny thing is, right? Not a lot of people know this, but Biggie and Pac, they died at 23, my bro.
Yeah.
23.
Super
So
young.
think about the impact that they had
Yeah.
from 23, 22, 21, 2019. They made stuff that like big artists, matured artists are still trying to accomplish.
Yeah. Timeless, no? pieces.
Timeless music, my bro.
Yeah.
So I'm a very big Biggie fan. Like I say, just because his music resonates to me because of how smooth it is. When I listen to a song, I like to feel good, you know?
Yeah.
I like to feel, okay, this man is saying Big Papa. I feel like a Big Papa now, my bro. And things like that. So maybe if I listen to Tupac or to whatever, it's a bit too rough for my ears, man. That's the only reason I don't really listen to that.
Yeah.
So Biggie, my bro, big ups to
The
that. bro.
smoothest, no? The
The
smoothest,
smoothest
to ever do
ever.
it. Yeah. Nah,
The smoothest
definitely.
ever, my bro.
Must give it to him. I just want to highlight the importance for all the up and comers that will be watching this because you're an inspiration to many. Like
Yeah.
Youngster inspired
Yes.
you. You sitting on this couch today, there's a lot of other young rappers coming up
True.
now and they come to all your shows. They're watching all your music videos. They want to be in that music videos. The importance of on and off camera. We must be wary that what we do in our personal life can destroy our
So
entire
true.
dream,
Yes,
bro.
sir.
So I just wanted to touch on that because you started the other way. You started by making the good decisions. You started by building your family, sacrificing what you needed to, and then you built your career on top of that. Your
Yeah.
foundation was solid.
Yeah.
But I just want all the youngsters out there that they have a gift and a talent to understand that you need a solid foundation
True.
in yourself
Yes, sir.
before you can take any of this on. It's not a quick road. It's not easy. How many times are you on that stage at the Mitchell's Plain Festival before you get the headline act?
Yes, sir.
It's not an overnight success thing, but make sure you got your foundation in life solid. Make sure you're true to yourself. Make
Yes.
sure you're a good person. You're living healthy. You're making good decisions because it can bite you big later
Yeah.
in
Yes,
life
sir.
if you don't. Just a big shout out.
I think
there.
that's so true. I mean, if I had to ask you from your time when you started till now that come up and to where you are with your success now, what are some of the things that the younger generation that are looking up to you, what should they be wary of? What should they stay away from? Because you've seen it all.
Yeah.
So let's be practical here. What should they stay away from?
So, in my opinion and in my experience, this
Yeah.
is just my experience, right? try and always remain humble. No matter what happens, you maybe get a couple of 100,000 views. Try and remain humble because I've seen guys in the industry, they hit this mark or that milestone, and then they immediately switch up. And once you switch up, things change, but not in a good way for you, man. Because there's gonna be people that would have been there for you in the like, look, now this guy is humble. This guy is always nice. He makes me want to work with him. But then you now switch up and you're gonna be this maybe arrogant or egotistical, and you will lose potential sponsorships that you never knew you would have gotten.
Yeah.
But you will lose that because of how you are, you know. And then another thing is don't throw your family away, because my family, I promise you, if it wasn't for my family, I'd probably be doing some crazy shit. I probably have scars on my body, because when I'm doing a show, I can be in this city or that place or that place. When I do a show and I'm done performing, the other guys, they're gonna go now, they're gonna get their riders, the bottles, whatever, they're gonna go boss and, you know, just get intoxicated in the mind.
Yeah.
But in the back of my mind, I'm checking, hey, I think my son is still awake. Maybe I can make it and go chill it out with him.
Yeah.
Or maybe my wife is watching a movie. Message her, yo, do you want popcorn or something? And she reply, oh, salute, she's awake.
Yeah.
And that also brings you down, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Love that.
And then I leave, because I always come with my own transport. I say, safe gents, going now. And say, why are you leaving? I say, guys, you can enjoy yourself. I go home to my family.
Powerful,
you know?
eh?
And that, I feel like, is one of the main elements and components to get you where you want
Yeah,
to
but
be,
the
man.
party life can swallow you up.
Yes, sir.
It can rob you of your dreams, your goals, your potential. It can destroy you.
But
Yeah.
it's also that we've been misinformed.
Yeah.
Is that when you watch the music videos, what
Yes.
else do you see? There's only
There we
one
go.
story. Like you watch the movies, there's only one story. So automatically you go, if I'm gonna be this famous rapper, this is what I'm supposed to be
Yeah.
doing. This is the life I must be living. And we know that all of that sells. The money, the cars, the girls, that's the stuff that sells. It does well online. It's good for marketing. But it's not good for your soul. It's not good for your son that's waiting for you at home,
Yes,
or
sir.
your wife that wanted to watch a movie, but you're always busy. And now you surprise her with a, bro, I'm getting goosebumps. That's the golden nuggets in life, bro. And that ultimately is the reason why you do what you do. You
Yeah.
were motivated from day one to sort your family out.
Yes,
Why
sir.
would you change that, you know? And it brought you all the success, brought you the wisdom, brought you the network and the connections and the headline act at the Mitchell's
Yes,
Plainfield.
sir.
It brought you all of that. Now, why will you throw it away after you get all that success? Doesn't make any sense. I love that, bro.
That's so true. And coming back to cooking, let's take it metaphorically. Why change the recipe?
Sure.
There's a certain recipe for success. And I think sometimes in life, our ego gets in the way and we try and change the recipe.
Yeah.
And what happens?
Yeah.
You get a chocolate cake that's got pepper in it.
Well, it's true what you say, though, bro. To be honest, like when I was growing up, I can remember since I was very young, for me, fashion's a big thing. You know, our culture also
Yes.
must have the best shoes, must have the best clothes, must be slick. Every
Yeah.
time you go out in a different outfit, you never catch me in the same thing twice. You grow up like that and it becomes your norm. I can't tell you when was the last time I got myself clothes. I can't even remember, because my thing is now, I just want to sort my family out.
Yes, sir.
True.
I want them to be happy. I want experiences. We went to a World of Birds the other day for the first
Yo,
time with my
I
daughter.
saw that. It was amazing.
Bro, the look on their faces for me, it was
The
like
monkeys.
that. I want more of this. You know,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. Those things you don't value anymore.
True.
And as you change, you realize this experience in life is a gift. All of it is a gift. We're here to share with one another, to embrace. And being selfish doesn't allow you the opportunity to do that. I mean, even you sitting on this couch today came out of a journey that we've had for the longest time,
Yeah.
but constantly giving each other respect. We chat on Instagram a lot,
Yes,
people that
sir.
we don't get to see each other often. But every time it's a positive message from you. Every time it's showing love, not being scared to say, my bro, much love and respect, man, honestly, for what you're doing. I can be doing something, you will compliment me. I throw the compliment back at you when you're doing something. We stay in touch. It's that connection and sharing and not being selfish to say, just because that person's doing quiet, I'm not going to give them their flowers, man. Why are they quiet on their own? Nah, you say, look, if you're winning, I want to see you win.
Yeah.
So respect on that, bro. Love it.
It's amazing.
Love it,
yeah.
love it, love it. Next thing I want to ask you is, at the moment in life, of course, you've accomplished so many things already, bro. And I can only see greater things coming for you in the future. Seriously, like sitting here today, I smaak the lamb with you for the rest of the day. You know, the energy is genuine. And we will have our conversations in future. Talking about the future, what's one big dream or goal that you currently have that you're working towards?
Does it have to be specifically into the game that I'm doing, or just in
Anything,
life?
anything, bro.
Anything.
Okay. So one big dream that I'd like to do is I'd like to become a, if anybody's watching here from the big TV, I like to become a TV presenter, you know? I want to follow in the footsteps of my beloved auntie. I want to that's why I'm doing these things, these advertisements, promotional videos, food reviews. I want you guys to see that I'm ready to be on the camera, you know? I'm ready to bring my brand to the world and to just make people laugh and just to bring a positive energy to the world. So that is a very big goal that I have for myself. I believe that when I set goals, I'm going to achieve it because you literally can achieve anything in this life. You know, we were put on this world for a short period of time. I like to say that we're not here for long, guys. We put on this world for a short period of time, but God put things on this earth for you to achieve. You know, and like I say, it's for you to achieve.
Yeah.
You don't just think about it and say, "Oh, that look quite." So I set that goal for me, and I'm gonna do whatever it's gonna. I'm gonna do whatever it takes for me to get that goal. And I hope one day I can bring Blake on my TV show. I can bring Jared on my TV show. You know, so that is a really really big goal that I have for myself
amazing.
to be a TV presenter, to be on the TV because I just love this, man. I love being on camera. And it's funny that I don't really have any big musical goals because that just comes with the territory, man. Like whenever you do something new, a new thing pops up and like, wow, I didn't know I could achieve this.
Why?
Like by releasing that one song I did this year, that one song has taken me to cities and places I'd never thought I'd enter, you know? But if I have a goal that I'd like think about when I lay at night in bed, I'm like, you are smart to be on the TV, man. You are smart to have my own show, whatever show it may be. So that is a very, very dear to my heart goal that I have.
Nice.
You know?
I see it for you, bro. You're
Yeah.
well spoken, you articulate. Obviously, you're a rapper, you know, you have
Oh,
to.
yeah.
That's your game. But I definitely see it happening for you, bro. And Drake said it in one of his lines. You're also a fan. He said, I'm the type to say a prayer and then go get what I just prayed
Yeah.
for. That's a big
Amen.
one, huh?
That's a big
You
one.
don't-
There we go,
You don't
bro.
sit at home and wait for it
Yes,
to
sir.
happen. Once you say that prayer, now get on your feet and go
And
fetch
yes.
it. And you have that mentality, bro. You have that. It's actually not a question in your mind. You don't doubt it. If it's on your mind and it's on your heart, you're patient enough. But you're always on your way to go and get it, to go and fetch it.
Yes,
and I
sir.
commend you on that. I must ask you this. This is a personal question from me to you now. As a fan of your music, what's your favorite song that you have of your own music?
My favorite song has to be okay. There's this one with Baker that I told you guys, myself, Baker and Tembi, but it's not yet released. So I'd have to give it to First Day Out. Like that is seriously, that's the song that really got me out of my comfort zone, you know. And because I got out of my comfort zone, it just went crazy, bruh. And also, that is the first song where if I rap the start of the verse, the entire crowd, I'd skip so. I'm like, "Ugh, okay, we here now, my bro. And they just rap bar for bar for bar at any city that we are in. They just rapping it bar for bar for bar. So the like that moment is proud for me, man. So with all of those things come, if you speak about that, that has to be my best song that I've done.
Yeah.
You know, because I got the crowd. We got the TikTok challenges, we got everything, and we literally didn't know that this was funny story. Let me tell you this quickly.
Yeah.
First day out, right, with myself and Ludaji. We wrote the song. He sent the verse to me. I write my sticky, I send it back to him. We're gonna have no chorus now. No? And he's busy with his verse and he sent it back to me. Then I finish the song. No? It's most my verse, his verse, my verse, his verse. Now we done a month, no, say 2 weeks before Ramadan starts, Puasa. And he's like, OG, let's release this. Now I'm like, my bro, to be honest, it's going to be Puasa now, man, in the next 2 weeks. So if we're going to release it now at the end of this week, we basically only have a week to promote because me, myself, again, my personal things that I go by, I don't do anything during Ramadan. When it gets to Ramadan, I take the break for the entire month. That's just me. I don't do no music. I don't do nothing. Now I'm telling you, my bro, if you're going to release it now, we won't be able to promote it. Do you mind, in the goodness of your heart, just give me a month, please? He's like, okay, OG, no stress, bro. We do it. And then what happened was, it came to the end of Ramadan, came to Labarang now.
Yeah.
And on Labarang, Nobody knows. My parents don't know. I disappeared for 3 hours. Went to go film the music video. Now you know, mommy. I went to go film the music video in Paul, bruh. We filming that video. Back, I'm back. We eating trifle and stuff. Nobody knows. The next day after Ramadan, we drop it. The song's name is First Day Out. We must say it's First Day Out after Ramadan. First Day Out, we drop it. And then just boom. And me and Luda will always say, you see, OG. Luda will tell me, you see, OG. Because you took a break for Ramadan and you took a break for Allah. And look here what Allah gave us now. So we must never forget, you know, there is a higher power out there. And if you do good, good is going to come for you, man. Because I feel like if we had to release it when it was done, the song, and we didn't have the patience, number one, and we didn't have the faith, and number two, actually faith and the patience, right? We didn't have that. Then I don't think we would have been where we are right now. You know?
Well said.
And we waited it out, we released it, and I can proudly say the rest is history, man, bro. The rest is history.
God's time.
Yes, sir.
Not our time. God's
Yes, sir.
time.
Yes, sir.
That's the difficult thing because we know we have it and we want the success. We want to do it right now. But God's time first, and that will be the perfect time. That's always the perfect time. And it set you up for long after that, bro. Still, now you live in the success of that decision.
Like, me and Luda just released that song for the year, no? And like I say again, I don't want to sound any boastful or anything, but we are the most booked artists for this year, bro.
Sure.
Just from that one song, they're booking us all over South Africa, every single weekend, every week. Yeah, I'm busy making food reviews, but I'm making food reviews every week. But in the weekend, I'm being Young OG, performing and stuff, the same song every single way. So look, if you have that patience and also along your journey, you will learn, man. Not everyone's perfect, and you have to have a trial and error moment where you see, I couldn't my wait, man. That wasn't the right time.
Important lessons.
I must learn from that. So the next time when I do it right, man, because I learned from those mistakes. So we learned from it all, my bro. And then, bruh, we still, like I promise you, we booked every weekend. This weekend is George. Next weekend is the DSTV Festival. The following weekend is the switching on of the lights in Worcester or something. The following weekend is what I can't even remember. I must look on the schedule now, my bro. So it's just crazy, bruh. It's just crazy.
You gave me goosebumps when you were talking about singing the song and then letting the whole crowd finish the lyrics of the song. I can only imagine what that feels like. But the question I have for you on that is, now that you're living your dream, it's been a long journey, bro. You wanted this for such a long time. Now that you're actually living the dream, you booked countless weekends and so on. What do you enjoy the most about living your dream?
Look, I just released a song now called Ghetto as well. And then I remember it was all a dream. Lavish lifestyles, making all the girlies scream. Not the businessman. I'm a businessman. I got that sticky from Jay-Z, the businessman. But when I started, it was about, I want the kinders to shout for me. I want the bling bling. I want the fame and whatever. And once I got it, right now, the best thing for me is I can make a buck here to pay for a holiday for me and my wife and my son to go to Houdini. And we're going to go to Houdini. And Houdini will see that I'm there, and they will say, look here, here's pizzas for you, food on the house and whatever. And I bring the pizzas to my son, and my son would say, yo, daddy, this is so lekker. Or my friends, my best friends, we go out, and I'm like, we get to the place, and they see it's us, and they're like, look, the food is on the house tonight, man.
Sure.
For me, it's that now. It's not anymore the kinders screaming and that. Us to make the people that was with me all the time, like we all are benefiting from what we've accomplished.
We win together.
We're winning together, bruh. Sure. The smallest of things, we will this is like we done it.
Beautiful.
We did it.
Respect, bro. It says a lot about your heart, bro. A genuine soul. Thank you. I want to thank you for your time. Before we close off, Jared, there's one trick question for you. One important question.
If you could choose any gibbet on the Crocs, there's lots. What would you choose and why? If you can't see one that you like, would you could make one up that represents you?
A gibbet.
Yeah.
I think it would be maybe I